this week. Good day. This is Rithu AR of Chempaka International here to report world news of this week. Extreme weather events will be the new norm. WMO report on climate. Global sea levels rose to a new height in 2021. The 20-year temperature average from 2002 is on course to exceed 1 Celsius above pre-industrial levels for the very first time. Global sea levels will rise to a new high in 2021. Sustainable development is threatened with food and water insecurity, health risks, and environmental degradation on the rise. Climate and weather events had major impacts on population movements and vulnerability of people in Asia throughout 2020, the UN's World Disaster Emergency Committee has said. The overwhelming majority of weather-related displacements in Asia take place within national borders, it said. COVID-19's global death toll tops 5 million in under 2 years. The global death toll from COVID-19 topped 5 million on Monday. Together, the United States, the European Union, Britain, and Brazil account for 1/8 of the world's population. The US alone has recorded over 740,000 lives lost, more than any other nation. The death toll is equal to the populations of Los Angeles and San Francisco combined. It rivals the number of people killed in battles among nations since 1950. Globally, COVID-19 is now the third leading cause of death after heart disease and stroke. We lead even if you don't. Indian schoolgirl to world leaders at COP26. We won't wait for you to act, she said. A 15-year-old Indian schoolgirl whose solar-powered ironing card project was the finalist of Prince William's inaugural Earthshot Prize, addressed the World Leaders Summit of COP26 conference in Glasgow, with a clarion call for them to act and save the planet. Vinisha Umashankar was part of the Accelerating Clean Technology Innovation and Deployment, attended by Prime Minister Narendra Modi just before he left for New Delhi on Tuesday evening. She invited world leaders, international organizations, civil society, and business leaders to stand with her generation and back the innovations, solutions, and projects working to repair the planet. We won't wait for you to act. We will lead even if you don't. We'll build the future, even if we're stuck in the past, says Vinisha. End in sight for coal, says UK government. Poland, Vietnam, and Chile committed for the first time to phase out coal. 18 countries, including Poland, Vietnam, and Chile, commit for the first time to phase out and not build or invest in new coal power. UK Business Secretary Kwasi Kwarteng said it was a milestone moment in our global effort to tackle climate change. But Ed Miliband said there were bracing gaps, such as lack of commitment from China and other large carbon dioxide emitters, to stop increasing coal at home. The dramatic drop in carbon dioxide emissions from the pandemic has disappeared in a puff of coal-fired smoke, much of it from China. A group of scientists who track heat-trapping gases that cause climate change said the first 9 months of this year put emissions a tad under 2019 levels. They estimate that in 2021, the world will have spewed 36.4 billion metric tons of carbon dioxide, compared to 36.7 billion 2 years ago. Western Australia sets 90% vaccination target for reopening. Naturally, 79.6% of the population aged 16 and older were fully vaccinated. Western Australia is the largest state, covering a third of Australia's land area. It also has the nation's lowest vaccination rates, in part because the state has had few infections and life has been relatively normal throughout the pandemic. Western Australia Premier Mark McGowan set a vaccination target of 90% of the population aged 12 and older for the border restrictions to be relaxed. Only 63.7% of the target population in Western Australia was fully vaccinated. Nationally, 79.6% of people aged 16 and older were vaccinated. Other states have or intend to substantially relax pandemic restrictions once 80% of their populations aged 16 over are vaccinated. And that concludes the world news for this week. This is Rithu Aya signing off, and we shall see you next week. Have a great day.